Welcome everyone to the Maple Grove Boys Swim and Dive 24-25 season. Well, actually, we're in the 25 part of the season. I'm Jeff. I'm back. So if you missed me, and if you didn't, I'm still back. Tonight it's Maple Grove versus Osseo in a hometown fight here. It's the first dual meet of the season. This meet was rescheduled from mid-December due to weather. So we'll be set to go here soon. Maple Grove versus local rival Osseo. First race of the night will be the boys' 200-yard medley junior varsity. Going to have 4 lanes. Maple Grove will be odd lanes tonight. Osseo will be even lanes. Thanks again for everybody who joined us. Always appreciate being able to entertain and inform on this stream. Tonight, we will, during the 500, be interviewing one of the captains from Maple Grove. We hope to do that all season long. As you all know, the 500 can get a little long. Like to give a shout out to my IT tech guy tonight, TJ, for making sure our stream can work. So the new coach this year for Maple Grove is Grace Bennett. Grace was a swimmer at the University of Minnesota, graduated last year. She was a decorated swimmer in the state of Wisconsin, so we won't hold that against her. But she is new to the team this year as Coach Carone, longtime Maple Grove swim coach, has retired. Grace has added some morning practices for the boys this year. All right, so here we're going with the first race. 200-yard medley junior varsity relay. Lane 1 for Maple Grove is Nathan Gleniani, Owen Jacobson, Eldar Saifulov, and Noah, I'm going to butcher your last name here, Adam Monhen. Lucas Rasky, Landon Locker, Jeremy Kelly, Mateo Vadya in lane 3. Also for Maple Grove in lane 5, it's Evan Olson, Aaron Edelman, Andreas Chaplin, and Miles Wilson. Osseo swimmers are Marshall Clegg, Colin Anderson, Nathan Dobko, and Kalani Simpson Ladder in lane 4. Looks like the lead team is Maple Grove's team in lane 3. Landon Locker swimming leg 2 here. Jeremy Kelly about to dive in for Maple Grove. And Jeremy's swimming the third leg, which is fly. Third leg for Maple Grove's lane 5 team is Andreas. And he's doing his best to catch up to Jeremy here. Going to apologize in advance, folks, tonight for my cold. I'll do my best to mute the coughing and sniffling, but you're probably still going to hear some of it. Swimmer 4 for Maple Grove, Mateo in lane 3. And he's got a big lead on Miles Wilson. Osseo's 4th swimmer in lane 4, about to hit the water. It's Kalani Simpson Ladder. And there we go. Maple Grove takes first place in lane 3 at 1:59.21. They will take second place in lane 5. Sorry, can't catch that time because of the scoreboard there. Osseo touches in third place. Lane 4, 2:26.44. Maple Grove's last swimmer, Noah, in lane 1 is in. This is Noah's first year on the team. And Noah will touch in. He's going to be just a bit over 3 minutes. 3:03, 3:04. Well, looks like they didn't touch the pad. Came in at about 3:04. All right, on to event 2. This is the 200-yard medley varsity. Maple Grove in lanes 1, 3, and 5. Brady Kluklock, Rowan Layton, Gus Green, and Zane Phillips. Zane is a 7th grader swimming varsity, and Gus is an 8th grader doing the same. Gabe Jimenez, Daniel Shear, Luke Martin, Eris Liu in lane 3, and then it's Aiden Hawk, Liam Peterson, another 7th grader swimming varsity, Jonathan Gliniani and Zach Ruhr, one of our captains, in lane 5. Lane 2, 4, and 6 for Osseo are Henry Himes, Brennan Horball, Mustafa Al-Batal, Chaston Radnitz. Team 2 is Brandon Cott, Wesley Cross, Jonathan Samero, and Alex Kosel. Cott and Kosel are 2 of the better swimmers on that team. And then in lane 6, Gio Labute, Mason Johnson, Evan Mees, and Oliver Pilsner. Brandon Cott in lane 4 is off to a good start. He's going to be chased by Jimenez in 3 and Aiden Hawk in 5. Daniel Shears in lane 2, followed by Liam Peterson in lane 5. We're into the breaststroke part. Daniel's doing his best here to close the distance on Wesley Cross. Osseo's typically been a smaller team. They've got a couple of very good swimmers. Daniel pulls them in close. It'll be Jonathan Samero in the water, followed by Luke Martin in lane 3. Maple Grove's Jonathan Gliniani in 3rd place in lane 5. Kosel's in the water, and right behind him is Eris Liu. Zach Ruhr in lane 3, in lane 5. Looks like Coastal's going to take first fairly easily here for Osseo, but Maple Grove is going to get 2nd and 3rd. So Osseo comes in 1st place in lane 4. Don't have a time there. Maple Grove 1:50.12 in lane 3 for 2nd place, and 1:50, can't see it right there, in lane 3 for 3rd place. So Maple Grove will take second and third in 3 and 5, and Osseo's very fast team in lane 4. Next up is going to be event 3, which will be the 200-yard freestyle junior varsity. For Maple Grove in 1, 3, and 5 is Andres Chapelin, Mateo Vedya, and Dian Yoshi. Osseo will be Jeremiah Williamson, Marshall Clegg, and Asa Himes. All right, so here we go. The 200-yard freestyle junior varsity. Dian Yoshi's off to a quick start for the lead in lane 5. Marshall Clegg's going to try and catch him, but sneaking up on the outside, or in the middle lane there, is Mateo. Dian retakes the lead on the turn, but Clegg is going to catch back up to him in the straightaway here. So Mateo pulls out farther. Looks like Osseo's number 2 or lane 2 swimmer, Jeremiah Williamson, pulled in. Dian takes back second place on the turn again. And Clegg and Williamson going to try and sneak back into second place, but now Andreas in lane 1 has pulled up into second. Mateo keeps that strong lead again. Clegg fading a little behind Joshy. Sorry again for butchering any last names here. Dian again pulls out farther ahead in second place. Andreas starting to lock on third. Clegg has fallen back into fifth. Williamson trying to hang on to third, but it's not happening here. Mateo's built a strong lead. He's into his last 50 here. This is easily going to be his race. Now it's going to be Andreas and Dian fighting for second and third. Mateo for his last 25. Again, this is the 200-yard freestyle JV. Mateo will touch in at first at 2:27.44. It's going to be tight for second and third here. Dian takes it at 2:30 something. Again, can't see lane 5 score because of the diving board. Mateo touches in, but it looks like Andreas touches in, but it looks like the pad wasn't working. He's right behind Dian. So that'll be a clean sweep for Maple Grove in the JV 200 freestyle. Now we're going to be on to the varsity freestyle. This is going to be Brooks Peterson for Maple Grove, 7th grader. Connor Elfstrand, one of our captains, in lane 3, and Hudson Peterson in lane 5. Osseo's Peyton Farrenbrush in lane 2, Wesley Cross in 4, Ben McKigney in lane 6. Maple Grove's really added some fast young swimmers this year. In all the years I've been doing this, I don't think I've seen this many 7th and 8th graders swimming varsity. It is a smaller team, but to have that many kids move up is pretty good. Almost a false start there. Here we go. So first place right off the jump looks to go to Wesley Cross. Connor Elfstrand right there with him. So Connor and Cross fighting it for first and second here. Looks like they touch in almost exactly the same. Connor was a little bit ahead. Cross takes it back after the turn. Third place looks like it could be going to Hudson right now in lane 5. Connor's still fighting for first there. He's slightly behind, half a body length in second place. Cross trying to build that lead in first. Nice turn, but Connor's there right with him again. Both Brooks and in lane 1 and Hudson in lane 5. Fighting for third place here. Wesley Cross has built a pretty stable lead there. Connor's going to try and catch him, but I don't think he's going to be able to. So Cross is going to touch in first in lane 4. Oh, sorry, I'm off by 50 here. Doing my best with the pronunciation and the math tonight. So Cross has got a solid lead. He's in his last 25. But Maple Grove should easily take second, third, and maybe even fourth here. Cross going to sneak in under 2 minutes, just barely. 158.60. Connor in second in lane 3 at 2:04. Hudson in lane 3 in lane 5 in third place at 2:0 something. Again, apologize for the diving board. Fourth place looks like it went to Brooks in lane 1. So Maple Grove takes second, third, and fourth. Now we're going to be on to the 200-yard IM junior varsity. This is where swimmers swim all 4 strokes. Not at the same time. That'd be really hard. Swim them individually, one after the other. So this is going to be Evan Olson, Brady Kuklak, and Rowan Layton for Maple Grove in 1, 3, and 5. Evans Meese, Henry Himes, and Gio LaBute in 2, 4, and 6 for osseo. Good start in lane 3 for Brady. It's going to be tight across lanes 4, 5, and 6 for second place, but it does look like Rowan is in the lead there. He's followed closely by Himes and LaBute in 4 and 6 for osseo. So it's 50 yards of fly, backstroke, breaststroke, and freestyle. Brady's building a big lead there in lane 3. Rowan adding to his lead in lane 5. And Evan Olson in lane 1 has even pulled in to challenge for third place. Brady's onto the breaststroke here, as is Rowan. Touching it in third in lane 6 is Gio LaBute, but right behind him is Evan Olson in lane 1. So Brady's cruising into his last 50 here. He'll start the freestyle leg here. Second place, Rowan, half a pool length back. And Evan is still in fourth, but challenging for third. Can he pull up and catch Gio in lane 6? See how he does here. It's going to be an easy cruise for Brady here. He will touch in first place in lane 3 at 2:30.91. Here comes Rowan. Rowan's going to take second. The question is, can Evan take third? Evan's teammates are cheering him on. It looks like he has passed up and will touch in third place. Boom. But we're still having trouble with the pads over there, so we're going to have to make that official. Rowan is in at 240 and change. So we're going to have to see where they put Evan there. But we're having problems with timing pads on lane 1 and 2 tonight. So now we're going to go to event 6, which is the varsity version. 200-yard IM varsity. Maple Grove 1, 3, and 5 is Gus Green, Daniel Shear, Luke Martin. And Jonathan Samero, Brandon Cott, and Mustafa Albatal in lanes 2, 4, and 6. Again, Cott, one of the stronger swimmers for Osseo, but Daniel Shear has really come on this year, made huge improvements the last 2 years. Daniel's a very strong swimmer. Breaststroke is one of Daniel's best strokes, too. This is fly right now, and Daniel is right there with him, tight in second place. Third place right now is Luke Martin in lane 5. Cott's pulling out to a little bigger lead here, half a body length with the backstroke version. Be interesting to see how he does with Daniel in the breaststroke. I would say from what I've seen, Daniel's strongest stroke is the breaststroke. Cott touches in first in lane 1. And he's onto the breaststroke. Daniel right behind him, lane 2. Lane 5, sorry, Daniel's in lane 3. Lane 5 is Luke. Lane 2, Evans Meese has snuck up into a challenge for third place. Still at this point belongs to Luke Martin, but by about a body length. Cott touches in. Last 50. Freestyle. Daniel right behind him, lane 2. And Luke Martin in third right now. Samero it is, sorry, who's right behind him. Luke's a pretty strong freestyle swimmer, though, so we'll see. Cott will take first by a considerable amount here. He touches in first at 2:10.24. Daniel will take second at 2:17.30. And it looks like third place is going to go to Maple Grove in lane 5. And that is Luke Martin. 2:20 and change. So Maple Grove comes in second and third, Osseo in first. I'm starting to sense a pattern here. All right, we're going to be on to the 50-yard freestyle junior varsity. There are actually going to be 2 heats in this one. First heat is Noah and Owen, both of Maple Grove. Again, both first year on the swim team. Noah is a uh, 8th grader, and Owen is a 7th grader. So just the two in this heat. Second heat will be a full 6 lanes. Noah's still working on those starts a little bit. It is fun to watch these kids develop over the years. You know, some of them started in 7th grade afraid to even dive into the pool, and by the time they're sophomores and juniors, they're taking off with really good starts. But that's where swimming's really great. It helps these 7th and 8th graders build a lot of confidence in their abilities going forward, gets them into some normal racing without the pressure of being in a varsity race. All right, Noah came in that one first, it looks like, but again, a little bit of a timing issue. And Owen came in second place at 42.02. Now on to our second heat of the 50 junior varsity. Eldar Saifulov from Maple Grove, he's a 10th grader. Liam Peterson in lane 3 and Miles Wilson in lane 5. Lanes 2, 4, and 6 for osseo are Oliver Pilsner, Nathan Dobko, and Kalani Simpson Ladder. Liam Peterson out to a big start. He's just cruising here. Great to see a kid like Liam, 7th grader, come in and put in a time. Looks like he's going to be sub 30. Yes, 27.92. Nicely done. Second place goes lane 6. Well, again, timing issue. Might have been lane 2. So here we go with the 50 free for varsity. This will be Hagen Heppeler in lane 1 from Maple Grove. He's a German exchange student this year. Zach Ruhr, one of the captains, in lane 3, and Aiden Hawk in lane 5. They'll be up against Brady Landstead, Alex Kosel, and Chaz Jordan in 2, 4, and 6 for osseo. Again, 50-yard freestyle varsity. Hagen in lane 1 didn't swim until this year. Again, exchange student from Germany. And they are off. Kosel and Landstead are off to good starts in 2 and 4. Actually, looks like Landstead's ahead of Kosel. So, again, tough to tell. First place goes to Kosel at 22.70. Second place, lane 2, Landstead in 22.93. Third place, Maple Grove's Aiden Hawk. And then fourth place, Zachary, 25.84. Can't tell Aiden's score. Looks like he was 25.41. So osseo taking first and second in that race. Now we're going to get on to the diving portion. I do not have a dive list here, so we will merely be watching the diving portion. One kid to look out for, though, is in this the new diver for Maple Grove, 12-year-old Peng. He's one of the best divers in the state, and he's he's already broken the school record for 6 dives in his first invitational. So his career is going to be fun to watch. All right, so we're going to mute the dive portion here. We'll be back when we're back into swimming again. All right, so that concludes the diving portion of the meet. Now we're on to my favorite part, which is the chuck-a-duck. It's where people can purchase ducks and throw them, the smaller ducks, into the bigger duck to split the pot. And we always ask, how many ducks could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck was chucking ducks in chuck-a-duck? Not many. We have short little arms. I think my IT assistant TJ has put about 4 in. There's a lot of ducks in the duck tonight. This is either going to be people splitting the pot or they're going to draw for it. So we'll see what happens here. All right, the chuck-a-duck has been made official. So the winning duck is number 37. We're not sure who that is. We'll find out here. We'll see if TJ's won some money. Regardless, somebody has. Rest of it is split with the swim team. So this is a fundraiser we do every meet. All right, we're back here after the diving portion. We're going to do the boys 100-yard butterfly junior varsity. First heat here is just going to be Maple Grove. It's Andreas in lane 1. Sorry, he's an 8th grader. That's where I screwed that up. Jeremy Kelly in lane 3 and Dion in 5. Again, 100-yard butterfly junior varsity. And they're off. Dion's out to an early lead, but they're all pretty even at this point. Dion was first into the wall, but Jeremy's right there with him. Andreas right behind in lane 1. Looks like Jeremy's pulling ahead. It's the 100-yard butterfly, so at 50 they're halfway. Dion looks like taking the lead back again. I think these two are going to battle it out right to the end. Still even at the last turn. Slight lead for Dion. He's going to see if he can put Jeremy in his rear view here, but Jeremy's not going away. Think Dion's going to take this, but it's close. Yes, Dion will touch in first at, looks like 118. Jeremy at 120.89. Andreas at 128. Still a little trouble with that touchpad over in lane 1. All right. We are on to race number 12. This is the varsity version. This will be Jonathan Gliniani in 1, Gabe Jimenez in 3, Luke Martin in 5. Landstad, Krings, and Albatal in 2, 4, and 6. It's like Krings in 4 and Landstad in 2. They're out to a big lead here. Gabe in 3rd place right behind them. Luke Martin bringing up 4th in lane 5. Looks like osseo is going to lock in 1 and 2. Landstad here in 4 and 2. First place, Krings in lane 4 at 53.84. Landstad, touchpad issues again. He came in 2nd, don't know what his time is. Gabe came in 3rd at a minute and 0.46. Luke's in 104 and change in lane 5. So here we go with the 100-yard freestyle JV. Race 13 is going to be 2 heats here. First heat is Aaron Edelman and Nathan Gleniani. 100-yard freestyle junior varsity. Nathan, the younger brother of sophomore Jonathan Gleniani. And they are off. Aaron Edelman is in lane 3. Nathan is in lane 5. This is the first heat of 2. Boys JV 100 freestyle. For those of you who can see the scoreboard showing Maple Grove up 41-36, don't know if that includes the diving portion yet or not. Halfway through the 100. Aaron in first over Nathan. It's good to see these young swimmers out here. That's how you build a team over time. It's just getting the young kids going. So it's nice to see them out here and competing in all sorts of races. Aaron will touch in at 120.75 in lane 3. Nathan's going to try and sneak in under 130 here, and doesn't quite make it 131. So now we're on to the second heat, JV 100. This will be Miles Wilson in 1, Hagen Huppler in 3, and Landon Locker at 5. For osseo, it's Simpson Latter in 2, Mason Johnson in 4, and Oliver Pilsner in 6. Again, Hagen has not swum competitively before this year. German exchange student. And he's out to a pretty strong lead here. Good couple of body lengths. Second place chasing him is Mason Johnson in 4. Third is a fight between Simpson Ladder in 2 and Locker in 5. Looks like Ladder's going to win that one. But again, touchpad problems in lane 2. So Hagen wins that one. And we're on to race 14, the 100-yard freestyle varsity. This would be Zach Ruhr in lane 1, Connor Elfstrand in 3, Eris Liu in 5, against Chaz Jordan for osseo in 2, Alex Kosel in 4, and Chasten Radence in 6. Not making it easy on me in the names department tonight. Looks like Kosel's gonna be in first, but he's gonna fight off Connor and Eris in 3 and 5. Zach is in 4th in lane 1. Coastal pulls away from Connor here, but Eris is right with him. Zach's trying to catch up to Connor and Eris in lane 1 there. Looks like Coastal's going to win this one pretty handily in 4 at 49.63. But Eris is there, Connor's there, and Zach will come in 4th. So Eris touches in at 53, Connor at 55. Couldn't get Zach's because of the time pad. All right, so we're going to go on to the 500 freestyle here. And hopefully we're going to get to interview one of our captains while this is going on. I think it's going to be Zach, but he might be a little out of breath, having just swum the 100. Connor also did too. Other captain is Chris Osborne, one of our divers. So the first 500 here is the junior varsity first heat. This is going to be all Maple Grove swimmers in 1, 3, and 5. It's going to be Jeremy Kelly in 1, Zane Phillips in 3, Mateo in lane 5. All right, well, here comes Zach. Looks like he's pretty out of breath. Zach, did you just swim the 100? How you feeling?
Well, as you can probably hear through my voice, yeah, that one stung a little bit. I was really racing the guy next to me, but according to the backup timers, I got a PR, so I'm happy about that.
What was the PR?
57 high, 57 high.
What were you? What was your PR before that?
59 mid.
Okay. So you've been a little sick these last couple weeks. How you feeling about your times?
I knew it coming into this meet, and a lot of us coming into this meet, we'd kind of be out of breath, and yeah, I'm out of breath. My lungs aren't fully conditioned, but it's nice to see progress coming in quick. We got bigger meets coming up, and we need to be in shape before that.
Okay. So one of the things we talk about when we do our 500 interviews is everybody, their philosophy in swimming a 500. I know your first piece of advice for swimming a 500 is don't. Beyond that, what else do you have?
You're right. You don't want to swim it. It's a tough race. But whenever I'm forced to swim it, I kind of think about it like I'm extending my start and my turns. You kind of want to bear down on all that. I kind of think of my turns as more of a reward, like I'm getting there and I can glide for a couple seconds. Definitely helps with pain management a lot.
So where do you really start to feel the burn in the 500?
Right away.
Like in the first 50?
It's swimming. It's hard.
Okay, when do you feel the worst than swimming burn in the 500?
Honestly, it's going right into that last 3 or 4 turns, because at that point you're just managing what you got left and you're pushing yourself hard. Sometimes you're trying to beat a guy next to you. That's when your adrenaline kind of kicks in and your brain's just telling you to go hard.
Okay, so how do you pick who's gonna lane time for you or lane count for you?
You know, it's kind of a popularity contest. So a lot of the younger guys, the JV guys, like to have the captains count for them because a lot of them look up to us a little bit. and that's cool to see. But us older guys, we kind of have the same timer that we pick the whole time. Like the guy who usually counts for me is either Jonathan or Lucas. They just do a good job with it. They push me hard. That's kind of the stuff you look for in a timer.
So what's all the different stuff? The shaking it up and down, the moving it side to side. What does all that mean?
Each person has it a little bit different. Uh, I what I like to do is I like to say shake is you're within 3 seconds of behind your desired interval. So you might give it a little shake if you're 3 seconds behind. A little more aggressive shake if you're more than that. But if I'm more than 5, I tell them to flip it upside down.
Okay. Well, it looks like right now the lead is going to Zane. Zane's a seventh grader, but Zane swam a couple of varsity races, hasn't he?
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. We've got four new guys coming in this year. Brooke, Zane, Liam, and Gus. They're all really good swimmers. They're going to be the future of this team. And it makes me really happy seeing that we got some guys who truly enjoy the sport coming into it and that they're good at it. They work hard at their practices. And then I get to sit here and watch stuff like this, a seventh grader just dominate in the 500.
So, and you got a couple of new kids, even like ninth graders, like Aiden, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, and you don't see the divers as much, but Peng is really quite the diver, huh?
Yeah, Peng Su is probably the best diver I've ever seen. I wish I knew what lab he came out of, but he's just an absolute specimen on the diving board.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's what 12, and he's already set the school six dive record.
Yeah, he broke Chris Larson's record in the first meet of the year, and I went to congratulate him at practice. And I couldn't tell what he said, but I'm pretty sure he said I wasn't really trying that hard.
Well, he did a pretty good job diving tonight. So you got a new coach this year. Coach Carone retired. Now you've got Grace. Grace is a D1 swimmer from the University of Minnesota. She graduated, and she brings a little different energy to the team. Now I heard you say that you just don't like her very much, right?
No. That's the opposite of the truth. She pushes us really hard, but she somehow finds a way, even in kind of the shorter sets, to push us. Our kick sets are the worst thing ever, and I used to like those because I get to breathe all the time instead of holding my breath while doing cardio. She just finds a way to make every set make us work hard. She pushes us real good. Yeah, it's fun to see progress.
We're getting a bell lap here. Looks like Zane's going to be pulling away here in this junior varsity version of the 500. We'll have the 500 varsity next. So Grace added some morning practices for you guys this year, huh?
Yes, she did.
And you're liking those, right? You love the morning practice. You love getting up at 5 in the morning to swim.
You know, honestly, it's kind of a rewarding thing to do mentally for yourself because I don't think of it like, damn, I got to go to practice today before most people are up. But then I look at teams that we're going to be in the run with this year, like Centennial and Elk River. They ain't up that early. We're different, and we're working harder than them. And I think if we can't beat a team this year, which we could beat every team, well, we're going to. But if we can't beat a team, it brings me great joy to know that we're working harder than them.
Okay, so to sum up, you like morning practice, you miss kick sets, and you're not a fan of Grace, right? Did I hear all that right?
I think you're smoking something.
Okay. So who do you think is the best distance guy on the team?
You know, that's tough to say. So we've got a lot of good young guys. We're starting to see Brooks really break away in that. He's pretty good. Connor does the 200 pretty well. He's pretty good in the 500. We've Honestly, we've looked at it a while as the people that can manage pain the best, swim the 500 the best. So it is tough to say just based on that.
So last year, one of your captains, Alex, was your big 500 guy, and he's gone. So those are some big shoes to fill for one of the guys, right?
Yeah, 500 guys, like I said, they've just got to be good at managing pain. He was pretty good at that, despite all the complaining he did. That's a joke, Alex. Sorry. I'll be quiet here for the start. Sorry. Hold on.
Okay, so here's what we have. We have for Maple Grove in 1, 3, and 5, we've got Gus Green, Hudson Peterson, and Brooks Peterson.
Yeah, so right here, Hudson swam the 500 in sections last year, and it came down to the guy had better turns than him that beat him. Huddy's really been working hard this year. I've seen him work on his turns a lot. They've gotten a lot better. Right now, looks like he's in second, about to get third, but what I see from Huddy a lot in his 200 and his 500 is he's kind of a last half guy, and whoever the guy is in lane 2 right now, he's catching him on his turns. So Huddy's much faster than him in the straightaway, it looks like, but he's just got to bear down on the turns, stick with him.
Zach, I think you got a future in announcing races here, the way you're doing this. So for Osseo, it's McKigney into Wesley Cross in 4 and Farrenbrush in 6. The only kid in this race, and I say kid because I can, is Farrenbrush, who's 11th grade. Everybody else, even for Osseo, is 9th or younger. Maple Grove, they're 8th and 7th grade. That's a lot of young swimmers there.
Yeah, so the big part about winning swim meets, excuse me, is how you do your matchups and how other coaches think that other teams are going to match you up. So this is kind of a textbook example of that, where nobody's really trying to like throw anyone out there and just beat everyone by a bunch. The guy in lane 4 is doing pretty good, but everyone else is staying about the same. That could change pretty quick, being the 500 is a longer race and guys decide to push it at different times.
So, for those people who aren't familiar with scoring in races, if you were to win, if you didn't win any first places, but you took all the seconds and thirds, you'd win the meet, wouldn't you?
Yeah, so that's why this is looking really good. Right now we're pretty solid with second and third. So we want to hope that those guys recognize that they take the time to look around a little bit and see where they are. Looks like we got Gus in lane 1. He's got to race McKinney pretty good here. Just stay ahead of him going into this last half of the race.
So is that up to your lane counter to let you know, like, hey, you're in second, you're in third, you got to hang on here, you got to speed it up? Is that up to them, or are you keeping track of that as a swimmer?
You kind of take a mental note as a swimmer, but after a while, your brain's just kind of focused on pain management. Right there, we saw a little bit of a sway from Liam. He's probably telling him to pick up the pace a little bit and hold it, because there's no thrashing around. That's usually a sign of you got to get going really quick.
So you've mentioned pain management about 106 times during this 500. I'm getting the sense that it's not a fun race for most people, and you got to be a different kind of cat to swim it. So right now, based on what I see at the score, 41 to 36, I think that was pre-dive. Maple Grove took the diving, so it's even with Osseo getting a lot of first places here, looks like Maple Grove's probably in pretty good shape to win this meet. What do you think?
Yeah, going into this, we knew it was going to be kind of a dogfight for first place. They've got a lot of great guys, this Osseo team. They've put a relay in state last year, and they did pretty well from what I recall. We kind of expected a lot of seconds and thirds, but we've been working on that in practice, that you just got to out-touch the guy next to you. We're very competitive on each other, and we hold each other to a high standard. That's why we're able to stick with a team like this.
So when it comes down to it, it looks like Osseo, they've got more swimmers than I remember them having in a long time, but they're still kind of concentrated into about 4, maybe 5 I say pretty good swimmers, very good swimmers like Krings and Cott and Kosel. But, they don't have a lot of depth like Maple Grove's got so far. Are a lot of these Maple Grove kids club swimmers coming in? Where are they coming from?
Yeah, a lot of them are club swimmers. The 4 middle schoolers I mentioned earlier, Liam, Brooks, Gus, and Zane, Uh, they've been swimming club for a while, so coming into this naturally, they have a knack for swimming and they're pretty good at it. They work just as hard as everyone else, but they're the future of our team coming in right there.
Well, it looks like we're coming down to this. It looks like, is it Cross here? Yeah, Wesley Cross is probably going to take it here for Osseo. Again, a younger swimmer. He's a ninth grader. But Maple Grove is solidly in second and third place here with Huddy in 3 and Brooks in lane 5. Now, are those two related, Hudson and Brooks?
I don't think so. One thing I do want to touch on while you mention it, we're not focusing on that second and third anymore. Right now, if we're cheering on the deck, we're looking at lane 1, Gus. He's got to hold that. It looks like he should, but if we go 2, 3, 4 in the 500, that's a pretty sizable point differential from first and fifth for Osseo.
Now, are there points for fourth place in varsity races?
Yes, there are. There's no points for sixth, though, so we want to make sure Osseo gets that every time.
Okay. All right. Are there points for fifth even?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. Well, I would trust you to know, you being the swimmer and everything. Real quick here before we're done, and thanks for the interview, Zach. You've been great. Who do you think is give me the two swimmers, one you think has been the most improved since last year, and who are you expecting big stuff from this season?
Most improved from last year. Last year we kind of took it as a rebuild year. It is tough to say. Honestly, I think young guy Jeremy Kelly, he's worked on his 500 a lot. He actually beat me in the 500. He's a lot tougher in that than me. Guy we're kind of counting on this year, we're counting on Aiden Hawk, newcomer freshman, to be pretty good. And then we got Connor Elfstrand, Chris Osborne. Chris is a diver, but Connor's a great swimmer. Swim some tough events that other people aren't willing to swim. So we're really admiring his leadership and his ability to swim those events.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks, Zach. Why don't you get back at it tonight? You got one more race, right? Race 18?
Yeah, 2 free lay, and we're going to dominate.
Okay. Thanks a lot, bud. Have a good one. Okay, we're on to the 200 freestyle relay junior varsity here. This is Maple Grove in lane 3 and 5. Don't have the names on the lane 5 team, but the lane 3 team is Noah, Owen Jacobson, Nathan Gleniani, and Eldar Seifulov. You guys are killing me with these last names here. I'm going to have to talk to some people about how to pronounce these better. So I apologize for butchering any names out there. Osseo's into the water first with the second swimmer in lane 4. That is Colin Anderson. Right behind him for Maple Grove is Owen Jacobson. Swimmer number 3 for Osseo is Kalani Simpson Ladder. And here goes Nathan Gleniani for Maple Grove. Last swimmer in the water in the first heat, or the only heat of the 200-yard freestyle relay for JV. Marshall Clegg for Osseo. Looks like he's going to pull Osseo into first place here. Maple Grove was missing a couple swimmers in this, so it looks like they're swimming as fully as an exhibition. All right, we're going to go on to race 18. This will be Maple Grove in 1, 3, and 5. It'll be 200-yard freestyle relay. Lucas Rasky, Liam Peterson, Landon Locker, and Rowan Layton in 3. Luke Martin, Connor Elfstrand, Daniel Scheer, and Eris Liu in, sorry, the first one was lane 1. This is lane 3. In lane 5, Jonathan Gleniani, Zach Ruhr, Dion, and Hagen. Just finishing up our JV leg here. All right, so Osseo will be in lane 2 with Radin, Samaro, McKigney, Landstad. Lane 4 will be Jordan, Cross, Farrenbrush, and Krings. And lane 6 is Mize, Horball, Johnson, and Albatal. Quick lead for Maple Grove in lane 3 with our best relay team, but right behind them, Luke Martin's being chased by Chaz Jordan. Here goes Connor Elfstrand. Connor's in first. Can he build a lead on the second swimmer, which is Wesley Cross? Wesley just swam the 500, so maybe he's a little gassed. We don't know. Gonna have to build up a lead for Osseo's final swimmer, Mason Krings. He's a strong swimmer. He's gonna anchor this for them. But Connor's pulled out, given about a body length. There goes Daniel Scheer. Daniel's a good swimmer. Maple Grove's in third right now. Oh, Daniel pulling way ahead. Daniel's going to try and pass off that lead to Eris and have Eris really go. Here he goes, because Mason's going to chase him. Come on, Eris. Eris is going to dig for first here. Mason's coming for him. But I think Eris is going to hold on for first. Yes, he does. Maple Grove takes first place. Osseo gets second. They also get third in lane 2, but Maple Grove comes in fourth in lane 5. Maple Grove will close it out fifth in lane 1 to keep Osseo in sixth place in lane 6. Way to go, Maple Grove. 139.87, not a bad time. Just edging out Osseo's really good team, relay team there by about half a second. All right, now we're going to be on to the 100-yard backstroke JV. So it'll be Aaron Edelman, Zane Phillips, and Evan Olson in 1, 3, and 5. And Dobko, Labute, and Williamson in 2, 4, and 6 for Osseo. JV 100-yard backstroke. Looks like Zane in 3 and Evan in 5 are out to a good lead here. Zane's really going strong, pulling out way ahead. Edelman cruising nice and easy in lane 5 for second place. He's pulling out even farther over LeBute in lane 4. Zane's going to take this one easy at a minute 11. Evan is going to slide in here in second place in lane 5. 121, I believe. Tough to see with the diving board in the way again. Third place to Osseo in lane 4. Maple Grove looks like could have taken fourth in lane 1. If not, they took fifth. Osseo would be either fourth or fifth in lane 6. Last spot looks like comes in Osseo in lane 2. So here's the varsity version. This will be Brady Kuklock for Maple Grove in lane 1. Gabe Jimenez, swimming his specialty in lane 3. Aiden Hawk in lane 5. This will be Brandon Cott in 2. Radnitz in 4. And Himes in 6. Varsity 100-yard backstroke. Cott in lane 1, lane 2. Looks like he's off to a quick lead. Gabe's right there with him, and turning behind them is Aiden Hawk in lane 5. Fourth place right now is Brady Kuklock in lane 1. Cott's building on that lead in lane 2. Strong lead for Cotton, too. He's going to take this one easily for first place for Osseo. Don't get times again, lane 2 issues, sorry. Gabe Jimenez is going to touch in at 1 minute, 0.76. And Kuklock's going to come in right behind him, about a second off. Kuklock's in 1. He'll come in 4th. Aiden Hawk comes in just behind Gabe for third place in lane 5. That's a 100-yard backstroke for varsity. Just 4 events left here, folks, of our first meet of the year. Technically a 2024 meet, but since we're delayed, we're in 2025. Happy New Year, everyone. Get those resolutions in so you can give them up by Friday. All right, this will be the 100-yard breaststroke JV. This will be Landon Locker, Rowan Layton, and Lucas Rasky in 1, 3, and 5 for Maple Grove. Colin Anderson, Evan Mees, and Asa Himes, 2, 4, and 6 for Osseo. Don't have an updated score. Oh, there we go, updated score. 73-66, Maple Grove ahead. Swimmers are on the blocks. Looks like Rowan in lane 3 for Maple Grove isn't there. Looks like Rasky will touch first, and Locker right after him in lane 1. Rasky out to a pretty safe lead here, coming into the last 25. Looks like Anderson in 2 has caught up to Locker in 1 and passed him. And Mize in lane 4 for Osseo is pushing up there trying to get to second place. Rasky will cruise into first place in a minute 21, I think. Here comes Anderson to touch in second place. Locker will make it into third ahead of Mize in 4. And we're waiting for Asa Himes to finish up here in lane 5. One of the things I love about swimming is everybody cheers on these younger guys who might be struggling a little at first to swim. But those struggling 7th and 8th graders can wind up being captains at one point. So, good job, Mr. Himes. Good job. All right. Same stroke, different race here. This is the varsity version of the 100-yard breaststroke. This will be Liam Peterson, Daniel Shear, and Eris Liu, Maple Grove in 1, 3, and 5. Daniel and Eris, both really strong breaststrokers. This will be Mason Johnson, Mason Krings, and Brennan Horball for Osseo. Krings out ahead. Feels like I've been saying that this whole meet. In lane 4, chased by Shear and Liu. And then in lane 1, it does look like Liam Peterson is in 4th. Krings, pretty good pace and a pretty decent lead. Shear's going to push him a little. Krings, Shear, Liu in 4, 3, and 5. Krings will pull in first place there at 103 in lane 4. Second place goes to Daniel, 105.13. Eris is 108 and change. And it's going to be Liam coming in 4th place in lane 1. So again, Maple Grove, no first place here, but accumulating points. And that's how you win, folks. So we're on to race 23. Last one on the undercard before the heavyweights go at it. So this will be the 200 or the 400-yard freestyle junior varsity. Each swimmer is going to swim 100 freestyle here. Maple Grove in 3 and 5 with Andreas, Jeremy Kelly, Lucas Rasky, and Evan Olson in 3. Nathan Gliniani, Miles Wilson, Eldar, and Aaron Edelman. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . A little confusion for Maple Grove in lane 5, trying to figure out who the first swimmer was. A little confusion here. And off they go. Again, every swimmer here does 100 freestyle. This is the JV version. Looks like Nathan lost his goggles there. Second swimmer in lane 3 for Maple Grove. That's Jeremy Kelly. Second swimmer in, Asa Himes for Osseo in lane 4. And this will be Miles Wilson in lane 5 for Maple Grove. This can be a tough race for some of these younger JVers. It's late in a meet. You've probably swum a bunch of other stuff, and swimming 100, though it doesn't seem like a lot, and distance-wise it usually isn't, kind of a sprinter's distance, but at the end of a race when you've swum a bunch of other stuff and you're still a young swimmer, 100 can take it out of you. Looks like Lucas in lane 3 for Maple Grove there. Maple Grove's last swimmer in lane 3 is in the water. Holding on to our lead there. That is Evan Olson. And here goes Aaron Edelman for Maple Grove. Last swimmer in lane 5. He's going to try and catch up to Jeremiah Williamson in lane 4 for Osseo. That'll be a tough task. He's got a full pool length lead here. There we go, touching in first place in lane 3 at 4:53.72 is Maple Grove for first place. Nice turn from Aaron Edelman. Even though they're in last place, it's still nice to see him swimming hard with good technique. Second place is going to go to Osseo's team here in lane 4, 5:26.39. Here comes Aaron. Aaron touches in at 5:47 and change in lane 5. All right, so we're on to our 24th and final event of the first meet of the year, or the last meet of last year, whichever you want to call it. Regardless, it's the first time they've swum this year. So this will be Maple Grove team of Gus Green, Dion Joshi, Zane Phillips, and Mateo in lane 1. In lane 3, Hudson Peterson, Gabe Jimenez, Connor Elfstrand, and Aiden Hawk. Lane 5, it is Brady Kuklock, Hagen, Jonathan Gleniani, and Brooks Peterson. Osseo in lane 2 is Samero, Jordan, Landstad, and Krings. And then in lane 4 is Farrenbush, McKigney, Cott, and Kosel. Last one is Labute, Clegg, Horball, and Himes. Osseo's going to try and take a couple of high spots here. Maple Grove's going to try and keep Osseo in 6th place. So first place right now goes to Osseo's team in lane 2. Maple Grove in 3, Osseo in 4. 4th place, Maple Grove in 5. 5th place, Maple Grove in 1. Looks like Osseo has spread some good swimmers out. Instead of trying to win 1 or maybe 2, they're going to try and win 3 of the top 4 spots here. Here goes Gabe pulling ahead. Getting Maple Grove into 1st. Osseo is in 2nd. Gabe's going to try and build on that lead so that he can pass off to Connor. Maple Grove would love to take 1st in this one. But Osseo's back-ended their teams with some strong swimmers here. Right now, Maple Grove in 1st, Osseo in 2nd and 3rd. Maple Grove in 4th and 5th. Connor's going to try and hang on to pass it to Hawk here. Landstad's trying to take some of that back from him. Krings is going to be the last swimmer in lane 2. So Connor's going to want to have as big a lead as he can to pass off to Hawk here. Looks like Landstad's going to take a bunch of it back. Osseo's really spaced out their team well. Because they have two of their strongest swimmers, Kosel in 4 and Krings in 2. Oh, nice turn. They pulled into first and second. And Osseo will take first and second. Maple Grove will take third here. Looks like Maple Grove's also probably going to take fourth and fifth. It's going to make this final score interesting here. That was very well played by Osseo. Got to hand it to Osseo here with a smaller school. They built a pretty good team. Oh! That is as tight as scores get, folks. 93-92. Osseo put up a hell of a fight. Looks like Maple Grove's going to squeak that one out for bragging rights. So, all right. Well, thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Appreciate it. We'll be back for our next meet. When that is, right offhand, I don't know. But if you check out the Boys Swim and Dive page, our meet schedule will be on there. Thanks very much for tuning in. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.